I'm just a plain, simple resident living in East Palo Alto and helping the seniors. Some of the seniors live at home by themselves and they just can't cook. And so they come here and they sit and enjoy a lovely breakfast, get a meal, get a place where they can come and sit and fellowship with each other and talk and laugh. That's what we do here. I got involved in banking and I've been in the banking business for 20 years. Then we had a tragedy in my family, and then I retired from the bank, and then I came to volunteer with Second Harvest Food Bank. That's how I come to be here to see the center. And I just got a love for the seniors. And I feel, you have to give back. God has been really good to me in many ways, and I feel like, I have to give back. I have to give back to the seniors. And that's why I'm here.
EHP was founded in 1975 by Marion Nixon Hope and a group from Church Women United who decided to help their community by channeling surplus and donated food from a church basement in Palo Alto, where it was then distributed to families in need. EHP hired our current executive director, Nevida Butler, in 1981.
And we were getting together every Tuesday, giving out what we were able to get in out of the back of a car. We thought that things would get better. We had no idea that things would get as bad.
From a storefront in Whiskey Gulch in East Palo Alto, EHP began providing other critical needs and delivering on its current mission to the community by distributing food, clothing, furniture, and providing referral services to those in need. The Silicon Valley economic climate creates the dilemma of having to choose between a roof over heads or food on the table.
Parents have a tendency to do without or can go without longer, but to have a hungry child is terrifying. I've been there a few times, and for my children to go to the refrigerator and says, "Mom, I'm hungry and there's nothing to eat," it makes you want to do something, yet there's nothing that you can do. EHP has been a turning point in my life.
EHP serves a diverse client base, including low-income families, seniors, and the disabled. EHP's in-depth free services are known for the individual attention families and individuals receive, regardless of race, age, disability, gender, sexual orientation, or citizen status. EHP is now the largest supplier of emergency food and essential relief in the Mid-Peninsula Bay Area and has helped thousands of families living here. Our volunteers and individual donors make the difference. In-kind and individual donations allow EHP to continue to provide these valuable services to the community. Our vision is that EHP is a sustainable resource within the community, working to break the cycle of poverty. By applying our core values to the work our dedicated staff and volunteers do to support the community, and with your continued support, we can achieve our vision.
My name is Paul Baines. I am the co-founder and president of a small nonprofit in East Palo Alto, California called Project We Hope. We are dedicated to helping the homeless. We have 8 years of experience in operating a year-round emergency shelter, which provides access to case management, medical services, and educational classes. Through our experience, we have found that there's a growing and critical problem for the homeless is a lack of access to showers, laundry, and toilets. Now, this is key because many do not seek employment, housing assistance, or other social services for which they are eligible because of their unclean state. Our solution to this barrier is a unique program called Dignity on Wheels. It is a fully self-sufficient, customized mobile hygiene truck and trailer unit that can go to homeless encampments, rotating shelters, and anywhere the homeless gather. One unit can provide 18,000 showers, 11,000 laundry loads per year. Our expertise allows us to connect the homeless with other essential service providers and track their progress. After 1 year in operation, the homeless we serve are now getting jobs, going to their mental health and doctor's appointments, and getting housed. With your help, we can be able to bring Dignity on Wheels to the nation's homeless to help them get off the streets and transition back into society. Thank you.
Come on. Come on. Dance with the jammer, bring the cameras out. We blasted a ball, just shout out to y'all. And bring the high power shower you with knowledge. Shout out to y'all, cause you see it like you call it. Dance with the jammer, bring the cameras out. We blasted a ball, just shout out to y'all. And bring the high power shower you with knowledge.
So this is what happened to my school. It's just so hard to believe that once this was a flourishing corridor with kids with books and people going home. This was the gymnasium where all the basketball games took place. And you might know that Ravenswood was well known for all its championships in Sequoia Union High School District. You had to know how to swim before you could graduate from Ravenswood. And I remember I almost drowned my first year. So, a lot of memories at the swimming pool. I attended Ravenswood in 68 and 69. That was the period with headbands and, like I said earlier, afros, black power, all of that took place at this school.
Mr. Taylor, you're suggesting that these kids here aren't getting a good education. Is that correct?
What I am saying, not just suggesting, is that this is a segregated school. A segregated education is inherently an inferior education, be the segregation white or black.
Opened in 1958, Ravenswood was part of a regional high school district. Its controversial attendance boundaries, set by the freeway, had created a predominantly black school. By 1968, parents' concerns over the quality of education, the community's desire to control its local school, and federal mandates to desegregate had all come into conflict.
We did a sit-in, and we sat in the administration office right here for 2 days. And camera crews and everybody were up here. It was a big mess.
Talking today here at the 75% black high school, 16-year-old Charles Bolding, who is student body president.
In our demands, we have, say, more modern black and white literature in our library. We don't have this. We have a long list of books that are modern, that relate to these times that we want.
Individualizing instruction, me resigning to the teaching of black history, some 15 demands, quite a comprehensive list, pretty well thought out, I think.
Well, do I interpret your remarks to say that you're in a sense in sympathy with some of their demands?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Who can quarrel with a drive to improve education?
The sit-in was a success. The district met black student demands, and the principal resigned. But 1 year later, Ravenswood would change forever as the high school district put in place the required desegregation plan.
They started the integration busing, and I was one of the first people on that first bus leaving from East Palo Alto to go to San Carlos. They were shipping black students out of Ravenswood to these other communities, and it was supposed to work the same way. And the kids from San Carlos and Woodside and all up in there were supposed to come here.
The district actively recruited white students to volunteer for Ravenswood, offering innovative classes and programs. At first, this worked, but by 1975, the school's enrollment had dropped to almost half capacity. Despite protests from the community, the high school district, already struggling financially, chose to shut down Ravenswood and bus all East Palo Alto students to high schools outside of the community.
What is this? Yeah. Ravenswood High School. Library materials. Ooh, and this is a trip. Soul Brother #1. We know who this is. That's my boy James Brown. Wow. I remember this. And I think this is probably befitting. It's by Langston Hughes. Dreams. Hold fast to dreams. For if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field, frozen with snow. Langston Hughes. God. It's the only book left in here, too, man.
Don't like losing, like choice, so watch what you choose. Just when you thought that it couldn't get lost. MC, deeper with the strive. I vibe on it fresh, finesse, the dopest. Got your body moving from head to toe. Better hold the gem, I swim for the treasure. MC endeavor, fruitful pleasure. Hit you in the mix with the measuring stick. Amount too much, better back that up. Game time clutch, don't fuss with the facts. Haters get crushed on top of the stack. Big Daddy moves come to show and we prove. Real hip hop just never been a copy. John say drip me, dividend invested. Do your own thing, then you might be impressive. Way too saucy, out for the boss.
My name is Miriam Yupanqui, and I'm the Executive Director of Nuestra Casa. I had been an Executive Director at Nuestra Casa for less than a year when the pandemic began. The pandemic has impacted communities like East Palo Alto in many ways. We already knew there were equity challenges. The pandemic really made these challenges front and center. Once again, our community members, many of them are essential workers and do not have the opportunity to work from home. Many of them live in multi-generational households, and in many cases, we do have families who share a one-bedroom apartment, 2 to 3 families in one apartment. So the combination of all these different factors have made the pandemic more stressful for families in East Palo Alto. Even though it has been a pretty challenging year, I am proud of what we have accomplished as an organization in the community. And one of those accomplishments is our food distribution program. Prior to the pandemic, we were serving approximately 2,000 individuals on a monthly basis. And once the pandemic began, we were able to expand those services to reach 6,000 individuals on a monthly basis in our East Palo Alto and Redwood City communities. Another success that I'm very proud of is our work with our promotoras. They felt that the work at Nuestra Casa was so crucial when it came to census work, voter engagement, COVID outreach, and COVID vaccine communications, that they were okay to a certain degree risking their lives to provide these essential services to our community members. Overall, I'm very happy to report that our local efforts really made a difference in enabling us to supersede the East Palo Alto census statistic compared to 2010. So I'm very proud of that work, and I have to say that it was all a collaborative effort. When I think about the impact that Nuestra Casa has made at the community level, it makes me really proud to lead an organization that is continuing to innovate, to re-strategize, to really think about how to engage our community members throughout this process. And very proud of everything that our team has accomplished. I am extremely proud of our promotoras who have, to a certain degree, risked their lives being on the front line, and for our food distribution team being on the front line in delivering these key services. And their commitment to the community, their passion, has enabled Nuestra Casa to become successful and really become that trusted messenger at the county level.